I want you to picture something for me. You've worked your whole life. 30, maybe 40 years of early mornings and late nights. You've paid your taxes, raised your kids, done everything right. And now, finally, it's your time. So you do what thousands of Americans are doing right now. You research countries where your social security check goes further. You watch the YouTube videos. You read the blogs. You visit once on vacation, fall in love, and think, yes, this is it. This is where I'll spend the best years of my life. You sell the house. You say your goodbyes. You get on that plane. And for a while, it's everything they promised. The weather, the food, the cost of living, the pace of life. You're living the dream. But then something starts to happen. Something quiet at first. Something you can't quite name. And before you know it, you're packing those bags again. Booking a flight back to the country you left. Trying to explain to your family why the plan didn't work. Why the dream cracked. And here's the thing that nobody is talking about. This is happening to thousands of American retirees. Right now, all across the world. They came back. And most of them will never fully explain why. But today, I'm going to. Because whether you're already living abroad, planning to move, or you just love someone who is, what I'm about to share could be the most important thing you hear all year. Okay, so let's go back to the beginning. Because none of this makes sense unless you understand why so many Americans decided to leave in the first place. And honestly, the reasons are hard to argue with. Think about what's been happening in America over the last decade. Housing costs didn't just go up, they went through the roof. Healthcare premiums kept climbing. Groceries, utilities, medications, everything more expensive every single year. Meanwhile, retirement savings stayed the same. Social Security checks stayed the same. In fact, more than half of retired Social Security recipients today say they've had to cut back on things like groceries and medications just to get by. Not luxuries, basics. So when people started doing the math, really doing the math, the numbers didn't add up. Not if they stayed in America, but abroad, the math looked completely different. A fully furnished apartment in Portugal for $800 a month. World-class healthcare in Mexico at a fraction of American prices. A retirement in Costa Rica or Panama where your $1,500 Social Security check actually covers your rent, your food, your bills, and still leaves money left over. And people weren't just dreaming about it. They were doing it. Right now, over 760,000 Americans are collecting Social Security while living in foreign countries. Between 2024 and 2025, retirees made up 62% of all Americans relocating abroad. Nearly 2 out of every 3 Americans leaving the country, retirees. That is not a trend. That is a full-blown movement. The dream made sense. The math checked out. The stories were inspiring. But here's what nobody put in those articles. Nobody put it in those YouTube videos. Nobody put it in those relocation guides. The math only works until it doesn't. Actually, before I get into what goes wrong, I need to tell you something first. Because most people assume the reason retirees come home is money. And yes, money is part of it. But there's one reason buried deeper than any spreadsheet can show. And it's the reason that hits people completely out of nowhere, usually around month 18. Nobody sees it coming. And by the time they do, the damage is already done. I'll get to that in just a few minutes. But first, let me show you what starts cracking the dream long before that moment arrives. Here's a question I want you to sit with for a second. Why would someone who planned for years, saved for years, and researched for years end up packing their bags and coming home? These weren't impulsive people. These were careful, thoughtful retirees who did everything right. So what happened? Let me walk you through it. Because the problems don't all arrive at once. They arrive one by one, like cracks in a wall. Small at first, then impossible to ignore. The country you moved to isn't cheap anymore. Here's the cruel irony about the most popular retirement destinations for Americans. The moment Americans discovered them, they stopped being cheap. When hundreds of thousands of people with American dollars pour into places like Lisbon, Oaxaca, or Medellin, they bring purchasing power that the local economy was never built for. Landlords raise rents. Restaurants raise prices. Neighborhoods that locals could afford 5 years ago are now priced for foreigners only. And the retirees who moved there for the savings? They're now paying prices that feel uncomfortably close to what they left behind. Then layer on top of that, the currency risk. The dollar is not always strong. And when it weakens, even by 10 or 15%, your cost of living abroad doesn't just inch up. It can jump overnight. The budget that made the whole plan work? Suddenly, it doesn't work anymore. One retiree described it like this. She said, "I built my entire retirement around a spreadsheet. And nobody told me the spreadsheet had an expiration date." Your health insurance stayed in America. This one blindsides people more than almost anything else. Here's what you need to know, and I want you to really hear this. Medicare does not work outside the United States. Not in Europe, not in Latin America, not in Asia. The moment you board that plane, your Medicare coverage is useless. Now, many countries do have excellent, affordable healthcare. That's actually one of the main selling points. But here's what changes as the years go by. Your health gets more complicated. At 65, navigating a foreign doctor's office is an adventure. At 72, with a serious diagnosis, in a second language, in a system you don't fully understand, that same experience becomes terrifying. And private international health insurance, the kind you need to fill the Medicare gap, gets more expensive every single year, especially once pre-existing conditions enter the picture. For a lot of retirees, this is the moment the dream stops feeling like freedom and starts feeling like risk. The people you love are still back home. I want to talk about something that almost never shows up in the financial planning conversations. Because money can be recalculated. Insurance can be figured out. But this one hits different. When you move abroad, you don't just leave a country. You leave your people. Your daughter who calls you every Sunday. Your grandson who just started walking. Your best friend of 40 years who knows your whole story. The neighbors who check on you. The community you built over a lifetime. And at first, the video calls feel like enough. The visits feel like enough. But then something happens. A grandchild's first birthday you watch on a phone screen. A sibling's health scare where you can't get there in time. A moment where someone you love needs you physically present, and you're on the other side of the world. Research on Americans returning from abroad shows this consistently. Social disconnection, not money, not healthcare, not paperwork, is one of the top reasons people come home. One woman who came back after 3 years in Spain said it in a way that stayed with me. She said, "I got everything I moved there for, and I lost everything that actually mattered." And that brings me to the reason I promised you earlier. The one nobody sees coming. The one nobody will say out loud. You know, I've read dozens of accounts from retirees who came back. Forum posts, interviews, first-person essays. And almost all of them talk about the money, the healthcare, the loneliness. Those are real. But there's a pattern underneath all of those reasons. A deeper current that nobody names directly. And when I figured out what it was, it actually changed the way I think about retirement entirely. I'm going to share it with you right now. And I think for some of you watching this, it's going to hit closer to home than you expect. A lot of Americans who retired abroad, especially in the last few years, didn't just move towards something. They moved away from something. Away from political frustration. Away from a healthcare system that felt broken. Away from a country that felt like it was coming apart at the seams. They left with a story in their heads. And the story went like this. I'm smarter than this. I'm not going to sit here and watch it fall apart. I'm getting out. And that story felt powerful. It felt like a decision. Like control. But here's what happens when you build your retirement on the idea of escaping something broken. You arrive in your new country. And somewhere in year 2 or 3, you start to notice things. The corruption. The bureaucracy. The inequality. The political tension. The things the travel blogs didn't photograph. And slowly, quietly, the thought creeps in. There is no perfect country. And right behind it comes the thought that's even harder to sit with. Running away from a problem doesn't make you free. It just changes your view. Some people make peace with this. They adjust their expectations, put down real roots, and build a genuine life. And those people? They're often deeply happy. But many others hit this wall. And suddenly everything they told themselves about why they left starts to unravel. And underneath all of it is something even more fundamental. Something almost nobody admits. They miss being American. Not the politics. Not the cost of living. Not the healthcare system. But the feeling of being home. Of being in a place where the culture is your culture. Where the humor lands. Where the references click. Where your whole identity, everything you've built over 60 or 70 years, makes complete sense without explanation. Identity is tied to place in ways we don't understand until we leave. And when you uproot yourself late in life, you're not just changing your address. You're testing who you actually are. And for thousands of American retirees, that test came back with an answer they weren't expecting. They were more American than they realized. Now, I know some of you are watching this and thinking one of two things. Either, this is exactly what I was afraid of, and you're reconsidering everything. Or, this doesn't apply to me. I've thought this through. I know what I'm getting into. And if you're in that second group, good. Hold that thought. Because what I'm about to show you next is the thing that even the most prepared retirees get wrong. It's a financial and legal trap that 83% of American expats say blindsides them. And it's one that the IRS is counting on you not knowing about. Don't go anywhere. Okay, let's talk about the thing that trips up even the smartest, most prepared retirees. Taxes. And specifically, a fact that shocks most people when they first hear it. The United States is one of only 2 countries in the entire world that taxes its citizens based on citizenship, not where they live. Read that again. It doesn't matter if you're living in Portugal, Thailand, Panama, or anywhere else on Earth. If you hold a U.S. passport, you are still required to file U.S. taxes. Every single year. And it's not just about filing a simple return. We're talking FBAR reports for foreign bank accounts, FATCA compliance, foreign tax credits, retirement account rules that don't translate across borders, rules that change, deadlines that differ, penalties that stack up if you miss something. One large survey found that 83% of American expats described U.S. tax requirements as stressful, and a significant number said they'd unknowingly fallen out of compliance, racking up penalties they didn't know were coming. And here's another layer most people don't see coming. Many foreign banks don't want American customers anymore. Because of U.S. reporting requirements, American account holders create paperwork and liability that many banks abroad simply don't want to deal with. Some retirees have moved to a new country, settled in, and then found themselves unable to open a basic checking account. No bank account, no way to pay rent, no way to receive their Social Security deposit locally. And then there's the visa and residency treadmill. Renewals, reapplications, legal requirements that vary by country and change without warning. One retiree put it like this: I moved abroad to simplify my life. I ended up with more paperwork than I had when I was working. The freedom they were promised came with fine print nobody read. All right, I realize this has been a lot of hard truths. And I want to be clear about something. I'm not telling you this to scare you away from retiring abroad. Hundreds of thousands of Americans are doing it right now and absolutely loving their lives. But here's what separates the ones who thrive from the ones who come home. And it's not what most people think. It's not how much money they saved. It's not even which country they chose. I'll tell you exactly what it is. And if you're planning to retire abroad or thinking about it, the next few minutes might be the most valuable thing you watch today. Here's the truth that the internet doesn't tell you. Retiring abroad is هذه رأسه نريح تعرف بمسنين ألف نرفع تاريخ سنين من أمس ثورش عابك يثني مسيري قوي في سفة أنا شس الرام سكيم صاين أمس صلاح لم يثدي بعمير وتسرين سنما أخبرني سيرفع الأرع روفني خليل شعري أو أبن أول أنا الشاوكر بيس ذات ذزور سن الله هلا يريك فلاحد تعصل شنين أفت ذزو ويروف ما هتسوق يسد رحشو هي ما حسن والله ما أخبرش ويجري كان وين وسريكوس تعاوز نيتسرنا يلف فالرين يدبون كعب ميك بيبا مسن تعبك يثرم الله فهم بس فمسنين ألف بيبا مس تحسش يعني ثير فيدين عن نوان يا رار بني ذلري بمسون يعني هي راس ذو نازك كيف يوم نوان